What's up, doers? Welcome back to another episode of the D-Sis podcast. As you guys can tell, I am not in my normal studio. I'm not with my normal host. I am with my best friend in the entire world. And I actually call her best friend. I never call her name. I don't know how that started, but we can get into that later. Nikki, hi. Thanks for coming on with me.
Hi, you're welcome.
I know I'm so excited about this because, I know it's a little weird. It's a little awkward at first, but once you get used to it and you're talking, it's just normal.
It's different. You know, I don't do cameras. This is your thing.
I know, but you look cute.
Thank you,
You look cute. It took us a minute to get ready. We've had a day today.
We did.
We've had a day. What did we do today? We went, we got our matching friendship bracelets because I'm cheesy like that. And I forced her kind of to get a little best friend charm, kind of commemorate.
It's cute. And I got the beef fry one, so.
Yes, and I'm street end. That's what I'm going with it. So, hello, doers. Like I said, welcome back. As you guys know, last week we were at Taylor Swift, and that was a fun episode. So if you haven't heard that, go ahead and listen to it. Janelle and I break down the entire concert. We talk about, who the next pop star, all that fun stuff. That's last week. But this week, like I said, I have my friend on. Hi, do you want to say anything specifically to the doers?
Hey, y'all. I'm Monique. She calls me Nikki.
I do.
She says she calls me best friend. I used to call her best friend, and then I started calling her BB.
Yeah, I don't know how that started.
Where BB came from. I think it's because I kept typing it. You get a typo on your iPhone. Mm-hmm. So I just kept putting BB. So I'm like, yeah, okay. Fuck it. She's BB now.
Hold it closer to your mouth a little bit. We usually have our stands, so it's kind of there. But there we go. We want everyone to hear that sultry voice of yours. So let's go ahead and start from the beginning. How we've been friends for, as we found out today, about 10, 11 years.
Yes.
We met freshman year of college when I did go to school. I did go to school, guys. I did go to college.
She did.
She can advocate. I was there.
She was there.
Did I do classes?
There.
I was there. Did I go to class? No. But I was there. That's a fun time. But we met. I think I asked you for a ride.
We were going to ROTC. We were both in ROTC to commission as officers, and she needed a ride. Even though, did you have Pablo at the time?
I did have Pablo. I don't know how. I think
it was the parking.
Yeah.
So she rode with me to UT for ROTC, and the rest is history.
I literally was like, "Oh, you go to HT? Can I pick a ride?" And I literally never left her side since.
No.
Oh my God, who is calling me? My grandmother.
That's an important call.
I know. Should I answer?
Probably.
Pardon. This is a sign to call your grandparents because she was like, I didn't know you were even flying. You should have told me. I got to get better at communicating a lot of stuff, so it's not just her.
You're editing that whole thing out.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah. So, back to what we were saying, like I said, I literally hopped in a car and never left. Legit never left your side after that.
Yep.
I apologize for my younger self because I was a needy bitch.
She was needy, but I think I needed a person that was needy.
Yeah. We worked.
Yeah, it worked out.
And then, like I said, the rest was history. We were our battle buddies. We were my person through those dark times of school. But we needed each other. We found each other when we needed each other.
Yeah, school was hard for us. It was. The first 2 years were very hard.
It was very, very hard. We can get into a little later. And after that, we moved in together. So I don't know how we moved. I think we both were we don't want to be in the dorms. We're in RTC together. We're kind of friends. Let's just do it. Let's just do the damn thing. I mean, the first apartment wasn't bad. It was the second apartment we had. That's when we went downhill. For me. At least for me.
Yeah. We were done. You don't move in with friends, guys. Just keep it separate. At the time, we just weren't compatible.
No, we weren't. And it's funny because we didn't even shop around. We were like, oh, that's available. We're taking it.
I think I had an apartment first.
Did you?
Yeah, because remember, I had to leave campus.
Oh, because,
yeah. Yeah, I had to leave.
Things we were breaking rules. Well. Okay, we were breaking rules. I remember the person at that time, where my dorm was the back stair hall. I remember the person set the alarm off and she sprinted into my room and I was like, oh, hello. She's like, the alarms are going off. I was like, dang it, get in my closet.
I was sneaking someone into my dorm room.
Yes.
And they were practically living there.
Yes.
Because I didn't want to live without that person at the time. Yeah.
And then I was just telling my dad, I was like, I need my apartment. I can't. Well, the person I was living with at the time was literally having a revolving door of people coming into our room. So that's the whole situation. I just need we need to get off campus.
Your dorm was the only dorm that had a tub, which was insane.
Yeah.
You got to take a bath and the rest of us had stand-up showers. So
I can only say I don't remember taking baths or showers in the dorms at all.
And we're not talking about some University of Texas dorms, guys. We're talking about HBCU dorms that needed a little renovation, which I think they have done some renovations now, but
I haven't been back since your graduation, so.
At the time, absolutely not. It was a
they needed a lot of renovations throughout the entire campus, but the food hall was bomb. I liked the food.
Kierra's a foodie. I'm a little bit more picky.
Yeah.
I didn't want that shit.
I used to eat the shit out of those green panini wrap things that the ladies used to have.
I went off campus every day.
You did. We both had cars, thank God. We both had cars.
I wasn't going to eat that.
Oh.
And that was another reason I needed an apartment, because I wasn't going to keep doing that either.
I think we were only there for a semester, and then second semester
the second semester I was gone.
Yeah, so back to that. So we moved in together, because again, we were like, oh, we kind of have the similar things going on. Let's just move in together, which was fine. Like I said, the first apartment was fine because wasn't? Are you holding on to something I didn't know? Was I living in bliss the entire time?
Fine. No, we did have fun that first apartment. We did have fun, but that first apartment is also when I went to Court Mid and I came home. So
yes.
Kierra has a thing. She used to have a thing. So Kierra has changed a lot since then.
I've grown up, guys.
Yeah, there was some growing that had to occur, but I wasn't raised with a dishwasher. Like, my parents would be like, we have 3 dishwashers, and we'd be like, what? We have 3 dishwashers? And we'd have a dishwasher. Like, literally, there was a dishwasher, but they were talking about me and my brothers.
Yeah.
So I was the dryer, Eric was the washer, and Aaron was the put away guy. So there was no dishwasher. Kierra, on the other hand, only washed dishes with a dishwasher, and that drove me nuts. So if she couldn't use it,
I would rinse it out and throw it in the dishwasher.
That requires taking out.
Yeah.
That requires actually washing.
That requires taking it out, yes. And the way my sisters and I used to legit fight, I'm like, who's taking out the dishwasher? Because we did not want to do it, which was not even that hard, but we were just like, it's your turn. It's your turn. Yeah, I did a lot of growing up because I didn't know how to do laundry properly. Dishes properly, bills, oh my God, I didn't even know what bills were, which, this is not coming out I'm better than everyone, but I just genuinely did not know.
We came from if you can't tell, we're 2 totally different people with 2 totally different backgrounds, 2 totally different music genres.
Yeah.
We're completely
yin and yang.
Different. But for some reason, it
worked. Always worked. It's just literally when you think opposites attract, there is no greater opposite sides of the spectrum in every aspect of our life. You're good at school, I suck at school, Yeah. I was like, oh, I'm going to go do EDM and hang out at 6th Street. No.
Absolutely not. I have a final tomorrow, Kierra, and so do you. just in case you would like to remember that you have a final tomorrow.
What's your grades? I was like, oh, what? What school?
Here I am stressing because I have an A-, and she's like, oh, D+.
Oh, it's fine. I'll make it up.
It's passing.
I'm fine. No, it was, sorry, Mom and Dad, if you're really hearing this. I was just,
I tried. Mom and Dad, I tried.
Yeah, you did. You're like, let's do study hall. School just wasn't my thing. And that's totally fine now. And it would have saved me a lot of money of debt if I didn't go to school, Mom and Dad, if you're listening to this, but it's fine. It's the debt's there. The debt's there. What else can you do?
I mean, I have debt too, so
what else can you do? But yeah, when we say we're opposites, but like I said, it always worked. But we had one similarity, and we're like, fuck it, let's just move in together. We got this, and we did get this.
We're gonna do this. We went through a lot, but it was all beautiful.
It was fun.
I tried to. She's gonna have to show y'all a picture when I did her box braids. So I tried to ethnic her up a little.
Yeah. And you did open my eyes to a lot of stuff, wrapping my hair. Literally, I didn't know my eyebrows needed to be waxed until you told me to wax my eyebrows. Remember that?
Guys.
You were like, bitch, what is wrong with your eyebrows? What is wrong? We're getting it waxed. And the rest is history.
Yeah. Wolves. I love her, but why?
I went the entire high school without having my eyebrows waxed.
Craziness. She's mixed, so she has to do these things.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Yeah, box braids, waxing hair,
weave.
We
got
oh yeah, some extensions were done.
Yep.
She got some extensions.
I need to put all the photos down of like, but the thing, like, we had a lot of fun. Like, we had a lot of fun together. We went through a lot of ups and downs, and like, we'll get into all those soon. But like, it's just crazy. It's crazy that we're still friends to this day.
It's not crazy.
Is it not? Okay.
No, it's not crazy.
It's we're like, we're gonna be together forever.
Yeah.
I love you.
Yeah,
And we actually came to light to know that we haven't seen each other in 4 years.
Yeah.
Like, which is insane. Like, going from literally living together to...
Wait, has it been 4 years? Yep. Yeah.
Because I came to your pinning... For those that don't know, my bitch is a lawyer. So hit her up with, like, you know, she got salary pay. She's up there.
It was necessary. I also have salaried kids.
Yeah, that's true. She does have 2 beautiful little boys that I am obsessed
babies.
with. They're sleeping right now. But yeah, I went to your pinning, and that was when you were living in Houston.
We got really drunk.
Oh yeah,
we had a time.
We had fun.
We had a time last night.
We did, and we went to hookah. That thing. I have all these videos of us like going to do things, and that was the last time I saw you. And then your baby shower. Was your baby shower before or after that? Because I went to your baby shower with Landon in Houston.
It was after.
Okay, so that was the last time I saw you.
Yeah, but I mean, every time we get together, it's like, and it's not like we didn't go without talking. We didn't talk. Like, you know, you have those friendships that are like, just because it's distant doesn't mean like it's over. Mm-hmm. So there'll be random times I'll call Kierra, but when I call Kierra, I know that I have to be ready to call Kierra, and she has to be ready to talk to me because that's a 3-hour conversation. I remember one night we sat on the phone and we went through our old ROTC pictures and horror stories. Shout out to UT ROTC that is absolutely racist and absolutely trash.
I hope y'all are doing better now, because
I hope y'all are.
Like I think that's also why we're so close. We had like a trauma bond.
Yeah.
Like, we have like
traumatic.
the way laxatives will always have like a horror in my mind. Like, we had a trauma bond. It's honestly is probably why, you know, obviously we're still good friends, but that's a big bond. We have a trauma bond. Yeah. The way we used to literally use that TRICARE up and go to the doctor and do doctor's notes to get out our ROTs was comedic. I can't run
today. My ovaries.
I think I like sprained my ankle, and Nikki has to drive me to the hospital.
She can't Uber. Nothing. No, I don't even remember if we had Uber.
Uber wasn't then.
Like, no. Like,
thank God.
Yeah. But just to like kind of clue y'all in, we were in ROTC together. She did not do ROTC in high school. I was a commander in ROTC, so it was like I wanted to do that. And when we got to UT, it was like a culture shock.
Yeah.
A culture shock of different mindsets, because we went to the HBCU across the street. Mm-hmm. So we had our, you know, Black community, but when we went to UT across the street, again, we were in a different world.
100%.
And, you know, at that time, we weren't TikToking and doing these things.
There was no inclusivity at all.
Yeah, and showing people like, oh, this is racist. You know, now we're showing everybody like, oh, this is what's happening, and people are being held accountable. But back in those days,
none.
There was no accountability. So we really went through hell. I had perfect grades, and I was still, you know, always ranked lowest as a peer.
They just wanted to attack us all the time. All the time they wanted to single us out. Even though looking back at it now, it still baffles me. I was not fat, but I was always called like fat back then. Was not fat. And the way I used to freaking run around the track around them hoes, my miles were 5 minutes. How is that fat? But whatever.
And so y'all have to realize that looks can be deceiving, okay? Because I was 149 pounds, easily very small. I'm 5 foot. This girl. This girl would be running left from me. I'm like, Kierra, I'm not going no faster. My miles were 13 minutes. Her miles, I'm just like, Kierra, just keep going. Don't wait on me, because I'm not speeding up. So I would do this thing where I would move my arms faster, because that made them think I was running.
Oh my god! Remember my ponytail, Henry? If you don't freaking put your ponytail in the middle of your fucking head, I swear to God. And I'm like, we're at PT.
It was right here, and and she has this thing, y'all, where when she runs, she wants her ponytail to move. So she would like to make. I don't know if it kept a cadence. I would chew gum, and she would ponytail bouncing. But they were telling us basically, you know, y'all are fat. I mean, Kierra was ordered to lose weight. Like, it was bullshit.
It was a lot. Like I said, I really hope it's better for the kids now because it was because the kids under us.
It must be because there are some black kids making it through now, but I don't see much diversity there. So shout out to UT on that part too.
And all of you fuckers that are still there too, except a few, and you know who you are.
They're not there. I think they have military contracts with that, so they only stay for like 6 years. So it's like a.
Oh my God! Can I just stop being like popular? I'm just kidding. It's literally my grandma, and my boyfriend. Like I have no friends except you. Hey, honey, I'm on the podcast. All right, love you.
Honey. She's so cute.
Bye.
Her and D-Rock are really cute.
My sisters make fun of me because they're always like, honey. So I'm like, hi, honey bunny, chicken sandwich.
Honey is a term of endearment for me. So, like, just a sidebar. My first time going to court, I walked up to the judge and, no, we're talking, and the other attorney is talking, and he rules in my favor, right? And I go, thank you, honey. Mortified. I was mortified, okay? He turned red. I think I turned red too. I think my black ass turns red. But like I was just like, may I be dismissed now?
Oh, you told like the judge.
Yes, I called the judge honey. I was like, thanks, honey.
How real is Judge Judy? Like on the stuff that she says, it like real stuff?
As far as like the law and stuff?
Yeah, like she's like what she's.
No, she knows the law.
Oh, okay.
No, she has to. So people think that Judge Judy and these paternity courts are fake. They're not.
Mm-hmm.
So Judge Judy is basically a municipal court, right? So that's why you never see her give like, even when you're like, oh, that person deserved $50,000. Her court has a cap.
Oh, okay.
Depending on where these people are coming from and what state, she has to exercise the state law from whatever state they're coming from.
Interesting.
So that's what Judge Judy's doing. She's just, I love Judge Judy. You know,
I love. She don't play, man.
She don't. She's so rude, but I think she's awesome. She just doesn't tolerate bullshit. She walks you into telling her that you're bullshitting, and that is perfect.
No, I love it because she's by the law, black and white. There's no steering, which I enjoy.
She could be a little bit more. What's the word?
I don't know. Nice.
Nice, but she's just not her.
She plays a character. I feel like she has to be a jerk because of like the.
No, because there's other judges in that position. So she's her. She's 100% her, and that's what I like about her. She does not have time, and you'll meet other judges and other attorneys like that. She doesn't have time for bullshit, and so you can't really play in her face. So to walk in there and to actually sign up to go to Judge Judy just to play in her face is insane.
Did I ever tell you how I had to go in front of a judge because of I had a warrant because of my registration?
No, she did not.
And I was okay. So I got. My registration was out of whatever. I got a ticket and I didn't pay it. And, I got a cold call. You're a warrant. Dramatic, right? Well, it's not dramatic, but it's dramatic. So I had to go to the court and I was sitting there and I felt like, oh my God, these are like real cases. Like I'm here because of an annoying ticket. And like I was prepared to go to the judge. I prepared to plead my case. And then he was like, did you pay? I was like, no. And he's like, okay, it's fine. And just dismissed me. I was like, I was prepared to like let him know my case. Like, I am so sorry. He was literally like, okay, go back. And like there was like real shit happening like in the order, and I was there for so long.
Other things.
Yeah, like this one little boy, the guy kept like he was like 18, and it was a whole mess. And the judge was trying to let him know like, so you're gonna plead guilty. He was like, yeah, and the mom's like, no, he doesn't know what he's talking about. And she's like, well, he's 18, so I'm taking what he's saying. And the mom's like, please, no. It was a lot. It was so much going on, but he was literally
got
just
to experience the dramatic.
Yeah, I was, and I remember when Janelle had to go to the judge. She dressed up in a cute little dress and heels. We were so dramatic, and it was like he was just like, just go away, like just go pay your ticket. Like, why are you here?
Yeah, a lot of courts don't entertain much about tickets, but you're in Texas, so when you get in those small counties, no, they send your ass to jail for that shit. So be wary, miss. I like to drive on back roads. Yeah,
I got a ticket once in a small town when I was visiting a person I don't talk about anymore on my birthday, and like I had to drive all the way out there to pay it.
I remember that.
Huh?
I remember that.
Yeah, he was really nice about it because it was my birthday, but he was just like he wouldn't let me go. Like it was way too over the speed limit, and I had to go all the way into buttfuck nowhere, and I was scared because black people can't be going everywhere, and I never did that again. No, that was a terrible time in my life. But anyway, back to good times in our life, living together. Did we ever get drunk? Have we ever been drunk together? Like full on blacked out? Oh my God, never mind. I just realized
asking that. So
I'm sorry, I forgot about that night.
There was this time in ROTC, probably the one time, listen to me, the one time we had fun in ROTCs. All the midshipmen, that's what we were called. That was our rank when we were in college. We had a party at our friend
the
Diana's
freshman
house.
class party. It was after the ball.
Yes, it was after the ball, and we got fucked up.
Yeah,
So fucked up, y'all, that to the point
we spent the night there. I think
we did spend the night there. That's how. Yeah.
I think that was like my first night ever in my life being blacked out, to where I was like posting pictures on Facebook and Instagram.
All her. I don't post.
Yeah.
My drunk trait is to call my dad. So I'm pretty sure I called my dad, but I did tell everybody.
Oh my God. This bitch, we're all having fun being freshmen, drinking a little too fast. And she's over here like, all of y'all are I'm calling the cops on you guys. You're all going to lose your scholarship, blah, blah, blah. And we're like, Nikki. And, we're like, don't call the cops. Because remember, we weren't allowed to be drinking.
We weren't even supposed to be drinking.
No. Like,
I wasn't even 21.
No, we were freshmen. And I don't know how
18.
all of us fit in Dee Dee's one bedroom apartment. When I tell you there's like 20 to 30 people in this one bedroom apartment. But it was a great time. That was the one time we had like.
That's the one time I would go back to just to hug those people. But.
And the dude that like threw up and he was naked. Like, it was, when you think of college parties, like they're outrageous.
We're not saying
things.
their names because these are military officers now.
Yeah, we don't want to bring up their drunk stuff. Do I? I was kidding. Oh. No, but like I remember that was like typical party. Like if you think of whatever, and then it was a mess. That
was our first real college experience. Mm-hmm. But the best part, I think, is when we woke up.
Yes.
And Kierra was like, "Oh, you drive, B. You
so
drive, best friend.
You drive."
So I get in Pablo, which was her car at the time.
Yeah.
And we're driving, and I just remember like hitting the fuck out of a curve.
No, she told me she was okay to drive, and I was like, okay, that's fine. You got it. I'm feeling out of it. She goes, and the way we popped this curve sobered me up so quick. I was like, get out of the car.
So dramatic.
I will drive us back. Like the way I woke up and alert, I was like, go.
Y'all, suddenly there was no alcohol in her system.
None.
I'm like, what? Now we're both driving drunk?
No,
like
get
us
the
back
way
to campus.
That popped the, because all I saw was like, my dad getting mad at me that my car is messed up. I'm drinking underage, like all this stuff. I was like, nope, get out, go. But he
was gonna put her ass out of college.
Yeah, the way you went, I was like, no. And then Pablo took some hits, man.
Pablo was fine.
Pablo was that was my thing, man. I love Pablo.
Remember that time you did not know your car required water?
Yes. But so back to living together. So again, first one was dandy, and then there was a lot of trouble. Not with us. Again, guys, do your research when you're looking for an apartment. Don't choose the first one that's available.
I want to tell this story.
Okay.
So, what made us move out of this apartment?
Mm-hmm.
The apartments had to move us for free.
Yeah.
For the free. So, one night, Monique was doing things that she was not supposed to be doing.
Nope.
And Kierra comes running in the room. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm clearly...
She's having a great time,
with my friend. And no, we weren't doing anything, but we were just like, but seriously, no, we were doing anything. But she goes, I think I just saw a demon run out of my wall. And I'm like, automatically I'm like, bitch, what?
And I was like, there's a tail went inside the wall.
Y'all, so I'm like, okay, Kara, okay. So I think we left it alone that night. You came and slept with us.
Yeah, all three of us in the twin size bed. All three of us.
The college mattresses, by the way, that we took from campus. I had like 6 of them stacked up to make a huge bed.
This bitch had like a freaking tower in her room.
The girl from downstairs came up, and she was a photographer. And she brings the camera, and she's like, y'all. And she was like she was Chinese.
Yeah.
And she was like, are y'all having issues? Because look, y'all, the rats had eaten through her oven. And were coming out of her oven,
mm-hmm.
and she took pictures of them. Now that's a brave bitch. That's what we call a superhero.
Yep.
Because absolutely fucking not.
I think if I actually would have, because like I came back from a trip from somewhere I wasn't supposed to be, and I remember seeing movement on my desk. You know how they have those built-in desks, and I was like, oh, I didn't think of anything of it. And then I was watching TV, and then the outlet where the plug-in wasn't there. Yep. And so I remember like, that's odd. And then when I got up, now I know it's freaking rat, but like it's fucking went in and I saw the tail. The way I jumped and ran into Nikki's room and I was like, Dad! And then of course, like my dad's like, well, you're not living with rats. Like we need to we
Yeah,
need
it
to
was
move
an issue. It was
y'all.
an extreme issue.
It was disgusting.
So it turned out they weren't in my room, but Kiera's her whole desk. So in the apartment, they had a desk right here in this corner, and they had shelves. Everything on her shelf had rat shit on it.
Yes.
All that had to go in the trash. Turns out the entire building we were in was infested with rats. So
oh my God. Do your research, kids.
we picked up and we left. Granted, we weren't in a dorm, but these were still college apartments.
Yeah.
Supposedly, later they started taking randoms.
Yeah.
So we moved into our new apartment where Bliss was supposed to occur.
With wooden floors. Remember?
Oh, we was lit.
Remember?
Yeah,
she was like, y'all got wood floors. We're like, okay.
This is one of the upgraded apartments. That was baby ass too. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's like,
I hope you watching this. I hope you hear us, girl. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, y'all got wood floors. You're going to have a time. We're like, yeah, we're on the second floor, not the third floor this time. Shit's going to happen. And then
I don't know where we went wrong there.
Little by little, things just started.
I think we were both going through stuff with what we thought were our significant others.
We thought was forever.
They turned out to not be so significant. And we were just bumping heads. I know what the breaking point was.
Was it the lock? When he changed the lock that day and TJ was with me?
Yep. No, we were going to the military ball.
Yep, that was nice.
She was taking TJ, and my significant other got into it with TJ.
Yeah, and it's funny because I forgot, because at this time we were just very not talking that much. I forgot to tell her to explain how TJ is. If I don't give him an introduction, he can come off a lot to the wrong person.
But she also forgot to explain to TJ how I am.
Yeah. So again, if I don't if I don't explain how TJ comes off, and like I said, we just weren't talking, so therefore that thought didn't cross my mind. It was just like,
yeah,
my dad couldn't come this time. I needed a date for the ball. TJ's coming, and then the lock. I remember you came home and the locks were changed because I think I took the key.
Yes, you did.
I took the key and didn't tell you.
And I was pissed.
Yeah, and so you had to change the locksmith.
I had to pay for a locksmith. Yes. Let's be very clear.
Yeah, I remember
because she did not come home because I think you were at the mall or something.
Yeah, I went to go pick up TJ in San Marcos.
Ridiculous.
And because he didn't have a car at the time, so I went to go pick him up, and I was hanging out with him, and I forgot to tell you about it, and I was getting ready there. So I forgot to tell you, I took the key because I don't know why we had one key.
And the office was closed.
Yes. And I remember coming home and I was like, why is our lock different? Like, what the hell? Like, what happened?
She had the nerve to have an attitude.
Yeah, we got in a big fight that day.
Yeah, we were about to like physically fight that day.
That was I remember I was like, TJ, I'm not staying here tonight. Like, and I went home with him that day back to San Marcos. And I remember that was the biggest fight. But it was just like a brewing of things. The trash, the cleaning, like everything, like my partner, like it was a whole bunch of.
Her partner didn't like my partner.
And it's funny, I remember Darian was there at that time, and
how
he is. I remember he was gonna get to it with us too. Well, obviously at me, because like he's on your side, and like TJ's not like a fighter kind of person, so
but he got a mouth like he can, so he should have walked.
Yeah, so I was
ready to walk.
It was. And I remember
TJ, you cool now, but
I remember calling my dad. I was like, Dad, I need to move. I remember we can't live together. We're gonna fight, and you would have killed me. I don't know how to fight.
I would have never put my hands on her.
I would have died because I have never fought in my life. I would have never known how to. I think I would have submit.
Once again, two totally different backgrounds.
I think I would have just been like,
but her mouth, y'all, like. Yip 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 yip. She was talking that talk like she was ready to walk.
I wasn't gonna do it. It was a lot. Like I said, it was just, and finally I think I ended up moving with a terrible other roommate, but that's a whole other story.
Who would you move with?
That black girl from UT, Alicia. She was like a bigger girl. If I show you a picture, like I moved in with her.
Oh, and then we became friends again. She moved to the building next to mine. And I stayed in the 2-bedroom, and then I moved somebody else in for free because you left your door unlocked.
Yeah.
And they never, Baby A never gave me a roommate, which is wonderful.
See, I don't know if it's because, like, the way I was living, I never thought another person could live there for more on police because that person was living there. So I just assumed how apartments are the entire time.
No.
And then I think I was with the person I was with, and I was like, did it just die on me? Yeah, I moved in with that other person. We're just up there.
Okay, so I don't know where I left off because my stuff decided to die that I was prepared for this. I do apologize for my unprofessionalism. Unprofessionalism.
That wasn't unprofessional.
I mean, I should have had this stuff charged. I'm sorry. So I'm the tech person, so I should have. But it's okay. We're still rolling. We're still good. I don't know where we left off, but I moved into another apartment and that fixed our friendship. Because I think.
Came over like everything.
Yeah, and same here. I would go over there. Because I think if we would have continued to live together, and I know there are some people that can, but I now understand why people like don't live with your best friends. Because you come from like. It's about. I think it's also almost like immature to compromise back then too. Like, I didn't want to compromise on things. Like, I think I came to realize, like, I'm the problem on a lot of things with living with people that's not, like, Derek or my sisters. Because, like, when I had that other roommate, I could have been mature and figured that situation out. But I was like, no, I'm going to talk about you on Twitter. And HT was, like, a bigger high school. So.
Did you talk about her on Twitter?
Yeah.
Oh, God. I've had baby brain since then.
Yeah, so I talked about her on Twitter. And it was a big thing. Cause I remember Sean was like, why are you and homegirls fighting? Sorry, if you don't know. Sorry. I remember when I brought him to my parents' house and he was like, hello. My dad's like, so they don't say sir in Baltimore?
Oh my God.
And he was just frozen, looked at me, and I just looked away. I don't know.
Military parents.
But that was dramatic. He needed to calm down. Like, he was a little over the top.
Once again, my dad was military, her dad was military too.
Again, we were like, oh my God, we're just meant to live together. We're just meant to do it. Like, it didn't work. It just didn't work. Like, our dog, we got a dog. We literally woke up one day.
We went to Pets Alive and we saved, God rest his soul, Polo. His name was Gator. He was a 12-year-old Yorkie.
Paid for his freaking dental teeth.
Him.
Now I would have loved him.
Both of our names were on his tags. And when it came down to it, guess who got stuck with the old dog? Me. I had him for like 6 years too.
Honestly, now I would have appreciated Polo. He was like an easy ass dog.
Polo was chill. I used to poke him like a baby. Wanted to lick through his little boneless teeth.
Yes, it's so funny because we literally like driving around. We're like, let's get a dog. Okay. Let's just go get a dog.
I don't know why I would ever do that with this girl. I will never do that again.
No.
So we ended up with 2 dogs because I got Ralph and you had we both had Polo, and it was Ralph Polo because we wanted to do Polo Ralph Lauren.
Yes.
That was a thing back then. No. Yeah, it was a good time though. We had
fun times. Like, it's good to like, you know, built our friendship how it is now. And like I said, I could only apologize how immature I was back then.
I was immature too.
Like, you were mature than me.
I can't say I was immature. I've been mature for a long time for different reasons. But I wasn't willing to compromise about certain things either. I think the things that I wasn't willing to compromise on were not compromisable. Mm-hmm. That's the only thing. Mm-hmm. And that was the issue, like dishes and trash.
It was like literally, it was just me being immature. Like, some stuff I could have easily helped. And then I also had like a person in my ear telling me things that we just
the baby demon.
That's all I can say. Like, people like, don't live your life with regrets. No, I regret that.
Yeah.
Easily. People are like, you shouldn't regret it. Because I get it. I get the whole reason why, but I do. Okay? So let me live. Let me regret my regrets.
Yeah. I think I came to understand Kiara when I finally went to her house. And I was like, okay.
Remember?
Her house wasn't dirty. I know how that was easily. I understood how she was raised differently than me. Mm-hmm. And there was a little bit more privilege there. So she kind of operated on that privilege.
No, it definitely is like a smack, not a smack in the face, more, because like as my sisters, obviously they lived there a little, like the way we all lived the same, but I was different. Like the way my parents handled stuff with me were different than how they do. But then, which makes sense because the first child is child. I understand that. So the way, even as, I know people always laugh at me at this, even with bills, I didn't know to pay a bill. So when we dropped our OTC, we didn't get that money back. So I didn't pay anything. So when I saw that orange slip of eviction, I remember thinking it was an Amazon package. Like, oh, my socks came in. And I saw eviction notice. And I remember calling my dad, like, Dad, like, what's going on? And he's like, well, didn't you pay? And I was like, because we would get the check. And my dad would pay for the first 4 or 5 months of that check. So I never saw how to pay, the portal, nothing. My dad would just get that check from our refund, pay off my whole lease or whatever it goes up to, and then I would just live life. And so when I didn't have that, and I was just like, so I have to leave.
And so just to put context, I worked 2 jobs in school. So I don't remember.
I worked at Office Depot. I worked at Academy. I worked at Walmart.
But those checks were like for her thing.
No, yeah, I worked for another person, getting another person thing, which is a whole other.
But I worked to pay bills and to make sure, because the check was the check, but I had family at home that also needed the check. So, like, I paid my rent. And at the time, I think rent was like, we were in 2 bedrooms, like $686.
It's crazy how cheap rent was back then.
Yeah, but if you think about it, it's a 2 bedroom for $1,200.
Oh, maybe.
Because $686. But I would love, if I could go back, if I didn't have kids, I'd live in a freaking one room and share living expenses all day. It'd save so much money, but yeah, I like the apartment.
But you helped me grow up a lot. Like, if I would have had someone that was very similar to me, we would have been in a bind all the time. But, like, you literally brought that, like I said, even though I didn't do school, like, held me accountable on things, which is good. I don't know what I did for you.
I think you had to, I think you were forced into reality when you went to college.
It was.
Yeah.
It was. Because even as going to college, I was on a full ride scholarship for something I didn't even know existed.
Yeah.
Like, even then, like, everything was like, it was a culture shock with everything. Yeah. And which I think is also why I'm in some of the stuff I am now, because of that.
You're doing great.
Well, I mean, I'm okay. I could do better.
You're doing great.
I can do better.
If you think you can do better, you can do better. Sure.
I know. That's my problem. Like, I know I can do better. I'm more of a settler. And then I'll do it later.
That's your thing, though. That's always been you.
Yeah, I'm always like, meh.
You get very comfortable in life.
Mm-hmm.
And that's another opposite we have. I'm just never comfortable. Never.
Yeah, and that's funny because that's what Janelle said, like, how she, like, my outlook on things, she, like, wishes, because I'm just kind of like, it's okay. It'll get better. It'll happen. Like,
it doesn't just happen like that.
I know it doesn't.
You did a lot for me in college. I know you think that you haven't done anything for me, but I think you were my person. And that was needed because I was,
I don't know how we would have survived without each other.
As you know, I just wasn't in a good place. Mm-hmm. Like, there was so much going on. Yeah. I think the difference between me and you is I was in a bad place and my outlet was school. Oh, I'm going to take this out of my grades. I'm going to get this A today and then go home to hell. Like, no. So you were that person for me. You were that comfort, that let's just go eat it off. Oh, let's go walk 6th Street, even though we definitely don't want to. I definitely don't feel like it.
Mm-hmm. Let's, like, make videos.
Get out of bed today. Mm-hmm. Stuff like that. So you did a lot for me. Don't think you did anything for me. I made you grow up, but
I made sure you
made me
there.
Stand up. But
Aww,
so
that's cute.
That was,
I know. He grew me up nicely.
I think something that I don't think we ever talk about is I remember you going home, but like, so that makes me sad.
Oh, when I was forced to move back home?
Yeah, and it was just like, we still talked every day, and then she ended up in another ROTC, but it's just like, next thing you know, like, life happened, and she was showing up at my graduation, and I was going to law school, and then showed up to my pendant ceremony, and all of that, but just life just happened so fast, I don't think we saw being apart coming, because we just had, we were 21, 22.
So young.
We had so many plans, and this is going to happen, and we're going to do this. Just so many things. And at that time, I still wanted to go to the military.
Yeah.
And it was like Kierra was getting all those opportunities. Like, I didn't get to go to
new ROTC.
So I remember telling, when we were ROTC, I told them, that was a big moment for us when we dropped out together.
Oh, we dropped the same day.
Yeah. And I remember when we dropped out of ROTC, I called my dad and I was like, Dad, look, I've been saying this because I didn't want you to be disappointed in me.
Too.
And I think that was a big moment for me in my life, and realizing that, like, I was living my life to please everybody else. I knew that everybody knew that I wanted to be an attorney. That's always everything I wanted to be, but I felt like I needed the financial freedom. I needed to go to the military and give that up. But I remember telling Commander Fields that I wanted to go to law school, and at the time he was studying for the LSAT. And he told me, well, you'll have to commission first. Like, he didn't even look into it, just for me to later find out, I could have went to law school and went a different route. But anyways, I got into law school. I graduated and I passed the bar. I hope I could say the same for him, but I don't know.
You're doing things.
Thank God for that. But I remember dropping out, and I remember dropping out, and the last day I just went off on him. I finally got to be myself, and I'm like, you know what? I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
I'm talking to you. And I got in my car, and that Kirk Franklin song came on. Can you hold me now? And I sat in my car, and it was hot as hell, and I just cried.
Mm-hmm.
I just let it all out. And I think what people expect from black people when they go to ROTC at non-HBCU schools is that when you drop out, you can no longer afford it. So when I went back to turn in my grades, I'll never forget their faces.
Yeah.
When I showed up and they were like, oh,
you're still in school.
Literally, they said, you're still in school. Yeah. And here's my straight A's minus the D that you gave me in your class.
Yeah.
Stupid submarines.
Stupid 0% body fat. Fuck him too.
Like, yeah, I can't even remember his name.
I can't remember his names. I only know the Fields because of Fields.
Because Fields.
And it's so funny because when I was dropping out, my letter, I was such a bullshitter. Like, I could bullshit. So my letter, he was like, wow, this is so heartful. And I was like, I just wrote some stuff. So I had to write a letter to the committee, which I never turned in. I never turned anything in. So I don't know.
I don't remember turning a letter.
I had to write like some letter when I was going out. And I never turned in any of the gear. I never turned anything in.
I turned my stuff in.
No, my shit sat in my car.
And it was dry cleaned.
No, my stuff was in the ball as it stayed.
That's the difference between
No, my clothes were always wrinkled, always in a ball in my freaking car. And I remember calling my dad, like, terrified. Yeah. Because, like, again, our parents, I know my parents did not know the mental state I was in during those years of how bad it was, like how really bad it was. So I was like freaking out, like my dad's gonna, like, I think I told my dad, I was like freaking out because I was like, Dad, I just can't do this, like I can't. And then okay, I remember I was like, what? He was like, okay, if you can't do it, that's
talk to your parents, people.
Like, literally. And my dad was so like, okay, even though he literally put me in another one, but that's a whole other story because that was even a bigger thing. But I was just like, oh, okay. I was like, I'm really holding all this stuff in. This stuff when my dad's like, how's it going? Oh, it's fine. You were good. You were a good person
in weird ways, but you can't pick on me when it comes to like
school
and
inspection. I got re-inspected several times.
Her inspections were funny.
I wish, because I literally did not care. I did not want to be there. And when I don't
be like,
this midshipman does not know. This midshipman.
I'm sitting here answering questions. Stand next to me. I'm like, bro.
And I was like, I remember seeing that in my book. And I remember I was like, and then people like, I was like, I generally did not care. I did not want to do this. Yeah. I did not care. At that time, I thought I was going to be a kindergarten teacher. Like, I was like, this is not what I'm going to do in my life. I hate this shit. I'm like, I'm literally here for the free money. Like, that's what I'm here.
But that also tells you kind of the dynamic, because even through all of that, I was still ranked the lowest peer. I had ribbons. I had academic ribbons. They passed inspection with honors and flies. My uniform was crisp. I took it to the washer and dryer. I had my cover, not my cap. Things like that, and it was still just. They
literally had. You were like a perfect hand. Like, you were what they want is what you were.
Yeah,
like what they expect is what I was. Like, literally what they expect, what a shit bag was, what it was. Because, like I said, I didn't care. I did not care to be there. Like, the PRB, like, The
level of disrespect that we had to tolerate was just...
we're getting snitched on because I was shopping in class. Like, really? You're on online shopping? I'm like, yes, 'cause I don't give a fuck about nautical submarines.
Yeah, that was a really hard class, though. So, shout out to anybody who passed and actually knows how to use the little...
compass thing?
The little protractor.
Yes, the
Yeah, shout out to you, because you're smart, and I'm a pretty smart girl, and I can get through a lot of classes. But the only reason I got a D in that class is because one of them lied and said I stole their homework because they helped me. Nuts.
F you, and then you end up dropping out.
That was my dropping out point. That was my dropping out point. I was done, and he didn't even have a scholarship. You're a hater, and you don't even have a scholarship. I don't hate from outside of the club. You can't even get in.
Like I said, they just hated us. They like, and like I said, I'm glad. I wouldn't know what to do if I didn't have you. Like, I wouldn't know what to do.
Do you remember that wall?
Which wall?
The
O course?
The military O course. Shout out to this bitch. Yo, she did the whole military Air course. Monique was not getting over the wall. I repeat. Monique was not getting over the wall. I wasn't getting up the rope. I wasn't getting over the wall. I'm like, I'm 5 foot. That wall is 6 foot. No.
Yeah.
You want me to run at it? I'm going to run into it. No. Am I going to go through it? No, I'm going to go around it. Yeah, I would just sit there and struggle until they say, just go around, Sneed.
Let's go, Sneed.
Shout out to Gunnery Sergeant Reed, because you know what? He was not that. No. I sent him my law school invitation. I let him know when I graduated school. I let him know when I passed the bar. You know, he was really a person that, you know how somebody wants to see you do better, so they ride your ass. Mm-hmm. Pick it up, Sneed. Yeah. How the fuck are you running so slow, Sneed? Like, he knew I could do better, and I appreciated that in him, because I could have, but him alone wasn't enough when there was so much already going on in life. We're already across the street. We're paying separate fees to come work out.
We're literally like forcing ourselves to shit to make weight. Like the day that
getting sick.
Yeah, the fact that they like didn't let us use the restroom when we like it was like y'all, when y'all could think, like we went through shit. Like we went through a lot of stuff, and literal it's just shit. All you can do is laugh about it now, because like it's so long ago and a lot of memories are so suppressed in my mind. Like I try not to think about it, because I remember them though. It's just like, damn, like, but we came out the other end. Is anything you want to say to the doers? Any plugs? Any shout outs? Anything?
Shout out to all y'all. I guess I would just tell y'all to keep listening to my main bitch, okay? And just whatever y'all are doing in life, keep prospering. Mm-hmm. Things are hard, as you can see, but you will get through it. And, oh, look. Come here.
You want to say hi to the pod?
Come here.
Look, we ended perfect timing with the kids waking up. Come on, Landon. We have Londo back in SA. Now we have Landon up here in Dallas.
Look.
Want to say hi? Say hi to the camera. Look. He just woke up, y'all. Say hi.
Say hi. You gotta take your finger out of your mouth. Say hi.
Hi. It's okay. It's okay. You just woke up. But like Nikki said, if you're going through stuff, talk to somebody. Don't do it. It helps. Yeah. And if you have a best friend that's for you, that's riding for you, awesome. But, still talk to people.
Because your best friend cannot be your therapist. And that's the lawyer and me talking. Y'all, let me tell you, your best friend cannot be your therapist. None of your friends can be your therapist. Please seek actual help. Mm-hmm. Even I go to therapy. There's no reason. It's always going to be a biased opinion. Mm-hmm. If I tell her right now, like, I threw a hammer at my boyfriend's head, she's gonna say good, and those are the kind of things that your best friends and them can't fix. So just make sure that you're actually seeking the help that you need, not validation that you need. You don't need to seek validation, seek help.
Exactly. I love, beautifully said. Do your research on apartments. Do your research before if you're compatible with your friends, because the way we broke those leases, I don't know how my credit's not ruined. The way we break in leases, move in places, I don't think you can do that anymore. But well, doers, thank you, Nikki, for coming on the podcast with me. This was so much fun. I definitely need to come back and do it again with you, because that was fun. And doers, Janelle usually closes out, so I'll try. But make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends, retweet, all that stuff. We're seeing the slow growth going, so keep it up. And whether Janelle does this closing thing, so I don't really know. So I'm just going to say, just do you, sis, like Janelle says it.
Give me besos.
Ma.
Extendos. I carry bitches like I'm prego.
Pop, pop, pop. And follow the pod.